What's up everyone? So I think today we might get close to sitting the engine in the Subaru. Yesterday we put the engine together. I ended up finishing the engine last night. I said that I was just gonna finish that off camera. The engine that I'm going to drop in the car is completely put together internally. I just have to put the plastic covers. I have this plastic cover, that one over there, and that one that I have to throw on. I have the cam gears that I have to throw on, and then we gotta switch both the engines down here. I gotta switch all of the bearings and all of the pulleys onto the engine we're dropping in the car. So we don't have a lot to do today, just really simple small things. So I think, like I said, we might be able to get to sit the engine in the car today. Probably won't be able to start it. I don't think we're gonna be close to starting it today because I have a lot to figure out under the hood. I have no idea what's all under there, so I'm gonna have a lot to figure out. I still have to fix one of the clips for the harness, so before I actually do any of that, I'm gonna fix that clip so then I'm not messing with it inside the engine bay. We're getting close, guys. We're definitely getting here in the next couple of days, next couple of videos. We'll definitely be able to at least get the engine in the car and maybe hear our first start. Weather's a little cloudy today, but it's not supposed to rain, so hopefully we don't get rained on today. I still have not figured out how I'm gonna put the clutch in the car because I don't have an alignment tool for the clutch. I think I'm gonna have to wing it and try to do it through the starter like I have on the Hondas. I do have a gap on the transmission for the starter so that I could probably tying the flywheel through the starter. Like I said, I'm not trying to do that because it is a lot harder than just doing it with a clutch guide, but since I don't have one, we might just have to go that route. I'm gonna get to disassembling the block and assembling our engine for our Subaru, and we'll go from there, I guess. I realized I have to get these cam gears off, but I have a visitor and kind of scared to reach in there because the thing is huge. I gotta get those cam gears off so that I could throw that plastic piece on there because that one broke last night. So yeah, I definitely want a good plastic piece, and especially because those have that timing line, so I definitely need that plastic piece on this engine. Honestly, right now that the engine's out, I started thinking about it a little bit. I think I'd rather go get some RTV and RTV these valve covers because I didn't buy any valve cover gaskets, and I probably should, but I don't really want to, I'm not gonna lie. So I think I'm just gonna go buy some RTV, which is like $3 or $4, and that's gonna make the valve cover gaskets sit a lot better than what they are right now. I kind of tightened them and I made sure that they sat right, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna end up leaking because they are used. I don't know how old they are. You're supposed to change these out every now and then. Once they start leaking, they weren't leaking, but also it's kind of like a head gasket thing where I've seen if you take it off once, you got to replace it because it's just not going to sit right the second time. I'm not really saying that it is a head gasket, but it works like one. You try to reuse the valve cover gasket, you're just gonna get leaks out of it. So I think I'm gonna go pick up some RTV and let it sit while I build the whole rest of the engine. But first things first, I got to pull those cams off and put them on the engine that we're going to be using. Okay, so I'm at the point where I'm gotta tighten everything that moves. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, honestly. I think I timed everything properly. I marked all the lines on the timing belt when it was on the old engine, and it was supposed to be timed, so I just marked everything and I left the gears and I put everything back on the marks. Ideally, it should be timed. And then all the marks on the actual cam gears and everything were on the timed marks, but I have no idea what the timing is supposed to look like on this engine. I haven't even looked up the schematic. I'm just gonna go with this. Either way, the marks are on the engine. I think that's good enough. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna tighten the gears anymore because, like I said, I do need a tool for that. I'm probably gonna have to run to town and see if I can rent it. I'm not really looking forward to trying to figure out a way to tighten this. It's not gonna work out either way. I might have something that might work. I'm gonna give that a shot first. It's for an oil filter, but I'm gonna give that a shot. And if that doesn't work, then we'll go to town and pick up the socket. All right, so quick update. The covers, middle covers on. These two are not. I basically have everything ready for the intake manifold, so I'm going to install the intake manifolds. That's basically all I'm going to do. Tomorrow I'm going to go pick up the tools to actually tighten the cam gears. I guess I'm just going to pick up the tool that goes in between the two gears. I was looking for the one that goes on here, but I couldn't find that. So unless I can find that at the parts store, I'll probably pick it up then. But as of right now, I think that tool is going to work, at least to tighten our cam gears. Like I said, other than that, the engine's ready for the intake manifold. I'm going to slap on the intake manifold. I'm not going to drop in the car today, but slapping on the intake manifold basically means we have everything here. The only real thing that I still will need to slap on would be the clutch, like all the flywheel, the clutch, and everything. So I don't have my alignment tool. Like I said, I'm going to try to put it in and align it like I do with the Hondas. It's not going to be very easy. I have an idea of how I'm going to do it, of how I want to do it, but we'll see what we work out. So I realized I'm working a little slow. I just don't feel like I'm putting everything together right. Kind of because I've never really worked on a Subaru, like, ever. This is my first time. So I'm kind of really just making sure that I have everything, but also at the same time, with the cam gears and the pulley not being tightened, I don't really want to get ahead of myself and forget about those. So I kind of want to stop and at least wait till tomorrow probably when I go get the tool. I was gonna go pick up later, but it's just a little late, and by the time I get back, it's gonna be dark. So I don't see much of a point in going to pick up that, coming here, and then it's just being dark. I'll probably finish this tomorrow once I do get the tools to put this together. We're definitely not going to drop the engine in this video because it's just going to be way too long, but tomorrow once I get the tools, we'll definitely tighten the pulleys and the cam gears. What's up, guys? So it is the next day. This morning I went to go pick up the tool that I needed for the cams. It's just basically gonna hold the cams together. Not exactly the tool that I need for these cams, but hopefully it works. If not, I'm gonna have to figure something out, but I hope this tool works and we can use this to tighten down the cam gears. I'm gonna check for torque specs online really quickly. I have no idea what the torque specs are for the cam gears, so I'm gonna check for torque specs and then we'll tighten those down so we could put everything on. Okay, so I got intake manifold tightened down to the engine. Everything's tightened now, covers are on, and I should probably check these gaskets. Gasket maker looks like it dried up properly, so no leaks at all. We don't have a lot of oil in there, but anything we did should have sealed off. Now the next thing I have to fix is this clip. Before I do anything else, I want to fix this clip because I think at this point we're good to throw the flywheel and everything on the clutch, throw the clutch stuff on, and start putting the engine inside of the car. I kind of want to add another piece because this basically reaches perfectly, and if this ever needs serviced again, then this is going to be too short. So I kind of want to just splice a piece of black, maybe just like this much longer, and then run this back a little bit probably around there. And then with that sitting back there, I can add the other piece, and then basically we'll have some service wire and we'll know which is which without having to cut too far back. I mess with these clips so much that I think I already know how this is gonna work out. In there, you can see the little plastics all the way in there. You flip those up and you push the actual metal pieces in, and it slides it all out through the back. And these are rubbers, so then you don't get any water or corrosion into the actual clips where the solder will be. I might actually solder the black wire onto here, so then it doesn't rip off again. And if it's gonna rip, it's gonna rip right here on the harness. So that's also another reason why I want to add some wire here. Let's go fix this real quick and then come back and finish the rest of the engine. Okay, so I ended up soldering the ends because basically these clips are not good anymore. I have to open this part right here, and it is pinching the wire that was on the harness. So I ended up just taking it off from that part back. So we had to solder it in order for the new wire to stay. I'm just gonna throw this back in the clip's over there. So I'm just gonna throw that back in the clip and splice these ends. Basically at this point is I'm just going to use whatever is spliced right there and splice these as well, and then I'll probably just heat shrink them, and that should be right about long enough to have enough service wire, and so it's not in the way of anything else. Normally you do go with the relative color that is on the harness already, but I am going to leave quite a bit of cable on the harness to know which is which. So basically this is just extra, like I said, but most likely you're supposed to use the color that is on the harness or the actual color for the wire. So I've gotten to the point where I need to find a clutch alignment tool. I tried to use the one that I had. I tried to do the other thing that I wanted to do, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna work out. I do have to find a way to put in the clutch, and I do have to find a way to align the clutch so I could put it in the car. As of right now, I can't sit the engine in the car because it has no clutch. So there's no point in sitting the engine in the car if we don't have a clutch. Basically, everything's put together now. I said I was gonna put all this after, but it just seemed easier right now that it's here. Anything that is not there is probably in here. So really, like I said, the only thing I gotta do is the clutch right now. The AC is missing, and that's really about it. Anything that's on the engine normally, the AC is about it. I have these brackets wherever they are. There's that bracket and then another bracket over there, but I have no idea where those go. I just kind of took them off, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave them off unless I need them. As of right now, I basically am ready for just dropping the engine, but I need to get the clutch aligned. There's still quite a bit of clutch left on this pad, and so that's why I don't want to really order another clutch. I don't really want to order a clutch just for the tool, so I'm gonna look around and see if anybody has one. Like I said, I could just have the clutch to do. I think I'm gonna end the video here. I don't think I'm gonna pick up a clutch tool anytime soon. When I do, I'll definitely update you guys, but I definitely don't think that anytime soon I'll have a clutch alignment tool. So I think we made some good progress. We slapped together the whole engine in this video, so not bad. It's been like 2-3 days roughly, I think. Yeah, I definitely need the clutch alignment tool. Depending on how everything goes next video, we might be able to start the engine though, depending on how it goes. We'll see how everything goes. We'll see if we're missing anything. Hopefully not, but depending on how everything goes, we might just start the engine in the next video. If you guys like this video, go down and hit that like button for me. It helps me out a lot. Go down and comment. I'm always active in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button for me. I'll see you guys in the next one.